Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Minnesota Mike back with you for another video. This is another one in my vlog series that I do through the Memphis Songwriters Association in conjunction with the blog that I write for them, talking all about songwriting and what has worked for various artists over the course of a handful of years, whether those songs have been hits or not. So, this latest kick that I'm on is called You're Not Entitled to That Title, and it's all about shared song titles and how that can be an inspiration for your writing. If you have a song title you like, but you want to take it in a different direction, then you can take that title and just take it in a different direction. So last week we looked at Dead Flowers by the Rolling Stones and Miranda Lambert, and we also looked at the Katy Perry song Teenage Dream and the Olivia Rodrigo song Teenage Dream as well. So this week, we're going to look at two more songs, and first, we are going to look at the song Save It for a Rainy Day by the Jayhawks, and then we're going to look at Save It for a Rainy Day by Kenny Chesney, which is the more recent song. So, Save It for a Rainy Day by the Jayhawks is a song about not getting too bogged down by the sad times in life, being able to ask for help, and saving your sadness for when everything is coming crashing down. The narrator encourages the other character, Marina, to not look so sad because there's another part to play. But in the verses, the narrator paints the picture of someone whose pretty little hairdo don't do what it used to, before eventually concluding that the burden that you carry is more than one soul should ever bear. The second verse is one of those sets of lyrics that you just have to quote in its entirety to get the full feel. You never make your mind up, like driving with your eyes shut, rough around the edges, hoping someone will take you home. Waiting for a breakthrough, what will you set your mind to? We stood outside the Chinese restaurant in the rain. I love the visual of driving with your eyes shut, and I think a lot of Memphis drivers probably do that. But in the last few lines about waiting for a breakthrough and standing outside the Chinese restaurant in the rain, those are a couple of my favorites. It feels like the Chinese restaurant line is kind of a non sequitur, but when you're waiting for a table at a restaurant, especially in the rain, it kind of feels like you're waiting for a breakthrough as well. Seinfeld spent a whole episode on this concept, so the Jayhawks are in good company. Although in the Seinfeld episode there wasn't rain involved. But melodically, the song is written in the key of B major and is played with the capo on the fourth fret. It uses B, C sharp minor, E, and B, which is a 1-2-4-1 pattern. The chorus uses C sharp minor, C, B, and F sharp, followed by A minor, E, G sharp minor, C sharp minor, E, and B. That is a minor 2, major 2, 1, 5, 6, minor 2, 4, and 1 progression. In addition to the guitar, the song contains a harmonica solo, and also of note, the Jayhawks were crucial to the development of the alternative country sound that dominated many circles in the 90s. And although this song was released in 2003, there are still twinges of that sound that make it incredibly unique. Structurally, the song uses a verse, chorus, solo, chorus format. The relatively simple format of the narrative, again, getting out all the horrible things that this person has gone through in the first two verses, allows for a bridge to be unnecessary and a smooth transition from the solo back into the chorus. A reminder that Marina should save her sadness for a rainy day. Save It for a Rainy Day by the Jayhawks is embedded below, or linked below, I should say, in this case, so you can find that in the description of this particular video. Next, we are going to look at Save It for a Rainy Day by Kenny Chesney. So, Kenny Chesney, true to his escapism brand, takes this opportunity to talk about a relationship gone wrong. He realizes that he could bemoan the fact that this person is no longer in his life, but then he realizes that it's too nice outside to not be out on his boat, also realizing that the beer is too cold for him not to drink it. I'll take the beer without going inside, or outside, I should say, just as an agoraphobe. But he eventually concludes that he should save his sadness for a rainy day, when it's okay to feel sad along with the weather. He concludes in the final verse that there'll be plenty of time for what ifs and whys, and how I let you get away, but the lying in bed stuck all day in my head is just gonna have to wait. I relate to this escapism tune in a little more than some of his other ones because it has to do with relationships rather than the stresses of work and the world in general. Although I love his Beer in Mexico and Fountains of Wayne's Mexican Wine too, so don't get me wrong there. It's just a very, very fun song. Melodically, the song uses G, E minor, D, C, D, and G throughout the intro and verses. With the song in G major, this is a 1-6-5-4-5-1 pattern. The chorus then uses a G, C, G, D, G, C, G, C, D, G pattern before ending on the G, E minor, C, D, and G. This is a 1-4-1-5-1-4-1-4-5-1 pattern, followed by a 1-6-4-5-1 pattern. The solo uses C, G, D, and G, which is a 4-1-5-1 pattern. Instrumentally, the song contains electric and acoustic guitar, as well as mandolin and organ. Structurally, the song uses a verse, chorus, solo, verse, chorus pattern. The last verse is interesting because as you glance at the lyrics without any vocals, it could actually function as a bridge. It takes you to that different place of the things that you have to deal with once you're forced to go back to reality, and would have transitioned nicely back into the chorus. But it still works very well as a verse, and it's worth noting that as you're writing, maybe you can move your parts of your songs around and call it something else while still getting the same message across. Definitely something to think about. So Kenny Chesney's Save It for a Rainy Day is linked below. You can check that out in the description of this particular video, along with, like I said, the Jayhawks Save It for a Rainy Day as well. So next up, we are going to, in a separate video, close out our discussion on shared song titles. You're not entitled to that title. And we're going to talk about Return to Sender by Elvis Presley and another song called Return to Sender by Memphis's own Alexis Jade. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I am Minnesota Mike, and be sure to check out all my other vlogs here on my YouTube page and the blog that they go with through the Memphis Songwriters Association on our website. Thank you so much.